Hi, and welcome to another episode of Flemings Forum. Today, we are welcome here with Mr. Schiffner from the Nauset Endowment Fund and 3 Nauset students who are leading the way in community service, and we're going to learn more about that from them now. But Mr. Sherman couldn't be with us today, but we have Mr. Schiffner, and he is going to explain what the Nauset Endowment Fund is and how it can help our community. But let's start it off with our panel of students. State your name and your town and your grade.
Hi, I'm Carolyn. I'm a senior from Brewster.
I'm Sammy. I'm a senior from Brewster.
I'm Abby, and I'm a senior from Brewster.
So we got some Brewster people.
We've got Brewster here. That's great.
Yeah, Mr. Schiffner, why don't you start it off kind of telling us about the Nauset Endowment Fund and then how we incorporate these students in
Sure.
with the community service piece.
The Nauset Endowment Foundation was started over last summer, and they were very kind enough to invite Mike Sherman and I to be involved with it. It has a number of different arms to it. It has obviously a fundraising arm, which we are trying to get out to the community slowly. We're thinking of certain capital projects. One of the capital projects with that is to put major renovations on the auditorium at the middle school. That's the first project we're trying to get our teeth into right now, and we're going monthly meetings and getting things going. Other things involved with it is we have this community service here at the school, which we're trying to spread throughout the entire school system. We also have the alumni relations, where our goal is to get an up and running alumni association to aid us in all of these capacities. And we're also trying to put in a service where members of the community will come to the schools and volunteer their help to help around the school in any certain foundations, facets, whatever they can do. And we're really trying to get this going, and we really need the community support. Got a great deal of support from the administration, and we're just, again, going on TV right now, trying to get the word out to the students, to their parents, to the people in the community, what we are trying to do. And these young ladies are a great example of the community service component, where this year, I believe since May 1st of last year, we've accumulated over 3,000 hours for the kids from grades 9 through 12. So I think it's really impressive what they've done, and we want, not that we're complaining about the 3,000 hours, we want more. 2 things we want more of in community services. We want more people responding to us to give us opportunities for our kids to do community service, and we also want to get more and more kids involved. Of those 3,000 hours, I'd say 20% of the hours are from, it's 20% of the school that's doing it. A lot of kids are doing an amazing amount of hours. These young ladies right here probably have 200-300 hours of their own. We have other kids with 400, 500, 600 hours. If that happens, it's great. We just want to get everybody involved in what it feels to do community service. I think that's one of the real goals, is to get as many kids involved to just help out. If you want to do all those hours, that's fantastic. And if you don't, because we also understand that there's kids playing sports, there's kids in clubs, there's kids in other activities. Doing that many hours may not be, viable. But if you can give us 10, give us 15 in the course of a school year, it's great. You feel better about yourself, you're helping somebody else out. So that's basically where this foundation is the direction it's going.
Ladies, he can talk, can't he? That was one little snippet, and look at him go.
I've been told that.
You're great.
Talk too much.
Carolyn, we'll start with you. Give an example. How many hours have you done? What did you do? Kind of give us an overview of what you do in the community.
So throughout high school, I've probably gotten to about 200 hours. Different groups, really. In middle school, I started with the town library, just shelving books. From there, I went into the Museum of Natural History, actually, where I still volunteer, and the Brewster Town Band, as well as just some different smaller things like beach cleanups through other groups, just little things here and there, nothing regular, too.
So you diversified throughout town
Yeah.
of Brewster. You're Miss Brewster, which is great. Sammy, you've got quite a bit up there. What did you do?
I have 360 hours of community service. I worked at a summer camp one summer, my sophomore year, I think, and I was a counselor in training, and I, helped the kids get dressed in the morning, transport them to different activity areas, and I also worked in the activity areas. So I was just kind of there to help out the other counselors and get the kids throughout the day. And it was a sleepover camp, so it was 24/7 job.
Great. How about you, Abby?
Over high school, every year I've gotten around 200 hours of community service. So I'm lucky because I found a lot of opportunities where the community service has to do with what I'm looking forward to do in college, which is music. I found a lot of town bands and things through the Cape Cod Conservatory that I'm doing. I'm in Brewster Town Band, the Barnstable Town Band, a Sea Jazz program, the Conservatory Jazz Band. So that's what I do for a lot of my community service. But also, I'm the youth director at the Family Pantry in Harwich. So I go to board meetings and kind of give a new perspective to things they're discussing and come up with projects for this school and how we can get involved with the pantry too. So, yeah.
Mr. Schiffner, kind of variety there, huh?
Oh, it's fantastic. What have you gotten out of it? Let's just go right down the line. What have you personally feel have you experienced through doing community service?
Well, I think Abby made a great point about how you can find things that focus on what you want to do in life, and that definitely was a big part for me, where working at the museum kind of pinpointed where I want to go, because I knew I liked science, but just being able to work with animals, it's actually like gotten me not only to have the opportunity to learn more about them and teach people, but like realize that this is something that I want to take forward as a career, and I've actually been able to network and get a job through that too.
Oh, that's great. Sam, what about you?
I feel like I've definitely gotten being able to work with kids down, and that's definitely a big thing with the profession that I want to go into. I have to be able to communicate and talk and help people through that, and I definitely learned how to help kids and through my community service.
Tell the folks where you go to college and what you're doing.
I'm going to Mount Ida College for dental hygiene.
You'll definitely be working with people.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
about you, Abby?
Same with both of these. I think the community service I'm doing has to do with my future career, I think. And it's just really helpful to make friends, network, all these opportunities and having new gigs and just meeting new people. It's been awesome, and it's definitely helped me get into college. And yeah, I think, yeah.
The younger folks, Mr. Schiffner, what do you think they can
Well, I would
take
think,
from this?
what can you tell people watching this, whether it's people who are looking for opportunities to volunteer for, or your students in the middle school and all around the towns we're talking to? Can you say how they can get involved? How has it helped you? What has it done for you personally?
I mean, I think one thing is to just be able to ask around, say like, I think what I started doing is asking, I think, a teacher or someone in school, like, what sort of community service can we do? And I also had older siblings, so that helped. My brother had volunteered at the library, so that kind of started that off. But yeah, it definitely can show you, like, it taught me a lot about just interacting with people and in professional settings versus what I was used to at school and family. Definitely eased me into just like committing to something regular, that sort of.
When you took your, Sam, when you took or went to Mount Ida or talked to the people at Mount Ida, what did they say about community service?
When I got interviewed, my guidance counselor said that community service is definitely a really big part of being accepted into college. Grades and SAT scores, of course, are a big part, but I think that community service really sets you aside from other students. If you have accumulated a lot of hours, it shows that you're of good character and that you really care about your community.
Abby, what did they say at your school?
Very similar things. I think another thing too is community service is kind of like a free, job experience that you've been doing, and they think that's really impressive because you're already into your field and they know you have potential, and so of course they want to take you to college because you'll go far.
Right. I think there's been a misconception about community service in the college application process, and I think it's important that you guys are just great examples to tell the freshmen, sophomore, juniors who are thinking about that process that this is very important, and this will, again, it works both ways. It has helped you guys. We're hoping it's going to help more people, that we can get more kids involved in this process. So I think it's that's a great message right there to send out, that this is something that the colleges are looking for, and the more the merrier.
We were talking earlier on that whole package. It's key. It's your whole package. You going into application process at college. You bring this in the interview, and you just boosted yourself up big time, and you should be proud of yourself. But we have freshmen, sophomores, 8th graders, middle schoolers coming up, and we've been giving tours to the 8th graders coming in. What can you tell them? How you said, how do you get involved? You asked some older siblings and such how to get involved. How can you tell those guys, how do they get involved? Where would they start?
When I was a freshman, I started in Key Club, and just because, well, a lot of my friends were doing it, and I don't know, that kind of opened me up to the idea of community service, because I got to know a lot of other people that were doing community service, and I would kind of follow them around to their different gigs, and yeah, I think it really opened me up to the community of community service, so yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and as I said, like I was part of Brewstertown Band for a year. My cousin had been part of it for years, and Abby had been part of it for years, and so that's how I ended up joining, was just knowing people, asking around.
I know with my experience, I had gone to the summer camp beforehand, and I wanted the experience of being a counselor, but not, fully having the responsibilities, but still getting the experience from it. And I definitely just get involved in any way that you can.
Yeah, I had always gone to like the museum throughout my childhood, so and like field trips and everything in school, and I just remembered it as a place that it's like I like being here, I enjoy myself here. So I just thought about places that I knew the people were friendly, that I knew I liked being at, and just went to them and asked how can I get involved.
I think that the general population would be more than welcome to take these.
Absolutely.
Do you have any connections? Like, can they come see you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the office is available, to look at opportunities. Again, that's the big thing right now, is to get the opportunities. We're sort of lacking in the opportunities. We're creating some opportunities. For example, I'll promote our April 30th Nauset Wednesdays at this point. April 30th from 8 o'clock till approximately 1 o'clock. It's going to be starting at the Nauset Middle School, and we're going to take buses to various sites around the different towns. Most of it is going to be beach cleanup, and so forth. But the thing is, it's a start-off point for us to get this program even moving further along. I think the thing that is, what can you each of you give a specific thing that you did through community service that really gave you a special feeling? I have one that probably people are sick of me telling about, but I'd like to hear from you guys, and I might finish off and tell them about mine. But some certain day you did something. Did you really get, how did it make you feel?
Well, at the museum, actually, my role was pretty much to just stay in the aquarium, and visitors would come through, and I would teach them about what we had, what was there, and one day it just kind of clicked with me that like I really enjoy just interacting with the public and teaching them about the things that I love, and there's kind of this bridge between like doing what you love and showing other people, and I really liked finding that balance.
Awesome.
There was one night where we were telling ghost stories, and I was staying in a cabin with 8-year-olds, and as you can imagine, they didn't really sleep well that night, so I had to, help them get through their nightmares and, bring them out of the cabin, make sure that they were okay to go back to sleep, and, figuring everything out. If they were homesick, I had to help them, and I definitely think that it felt really good to be able to help someone.
Yeah, well, in my experience with the family pantry, I made a little, with the Fine and Applied Arts Night, I had a collection box out, and we had the admissions to the concert be a donation to the pantry. And over the 2 concerts, I collected over 350 pounds of food to bring, and it was just a really great feeling, carrying a truck over and bringing it to the pantry and seeing everyone be so excited to stock the shelves and have everything ready. It was really nice. Yeah.
Mr. Schiffner, do you have any opportunities on that April 30th that you need, if the public says, hey, we can really use this?
What we're trying to do is to keep it as tight in the school as possible for that day. That's going to be we're going to tell them, we're going to take the kids to certain sites. We've already contacted a number of the sites to expect us. So it would be sites on different days, different weekend days, or after school. Because again, the idea is you're not supposed to get paid for community service. You can't do it during the school day, obviously. But we would love to hear about someone who might not be doing very well and their leaves need to be raked or gravel needs to be laid, just things like
Dump
that.
runs and stuff
Dump,
like that.
exactly. And just it's about feeling good about helping. And that's what's so important about this. In our program, we have a little bit of a reward system. If you accumulate 100 hours in one school year, you will get a brick on our wall here at school. You'll also get a silver cord that is worn at your graduation. If you do 40 hours a year for 4 years, you will also get the silver cord. We would love to see all kinds of people get involved in that and to strive to do that, but we also understand that that's not in everybody's, that's not their bailiwick. They have other things they're doing. Like we said before, they're playing sports, they're in the band, they're involved in other activities. But I think the reward is to do exactly what these young ladies are talking about. They felt really good about just helping out. And that's the thing we're trying to strive. And it's also such a good thing to teach from the younger levels all the way to the high school is, helping. That's the key, is helping and getting involved. And what we're trying to do is to get that process going, get as many kids involved as we can, and to hear from the public. And we, at some point during this little broadcast we're going to show, we do have a Twitter site, we do have a website. The website actually is in construction right now. We do have a Facebook page, and we have a site on the high school's the high school's webpage. You can look for opportunities on the daily bulletin. We put those up occasionally, and you can also see about our April 30th day. The sign up is right there on our webpage. You go to the Community Service Nauset Wins tab, click on that, the screen shows up, it says sign up here. You will need your Nauset School email address to sign up, and we would love to get as many people as possible involved in that to really launch not only the Nauset Endowment Foundation, but launch a more viable community service program.
Great. So we're shooting for 300.
Love to.
That'd be great.
Yep.
And I think we could do it.
I hope so. I think that'd be, approximately 1/3 of our student body participating. I'd love to see more. Mike and I would like to see more. You will get a Nauset Wins t-shirt as part of that. And it's just a matter of being with your friends.
Right.
We were trying to talk to the seniors who are lacking right now in their sign-ups. We're at the seniors right now. Be the leaders. This is your last time to be together. You're graduating, and you're going to be going in many, many different directions. So to spend a couple hours out there with your friends doing something for the community, it's pretty cool. Be the leaders to show the juniors, the sophomores, and the freshmen this is something that's important. So we'd like to see a lot. But again, we want participation from all the classes, and we're really working hard to try to make this really a splash. We're going to have raffle prizes at the end. We're going to have a little picnic or meal at the end. It's not going to take everybody's day up. We're looking at 8 to 1 o'clock, probably meet at 8 o'clock, get back to the school approximately noonish, and the raffles, the food, and the day goes on. We've already got a nice commitment from some of the baseball players. They're going to be there, even though they've got a game that evening. And we're trying to hit the clubs and all the other kids to get everyone involved, because it's our school. These are our towns, and this school has a tremendous reputation, and why not just enhance that reputation?
Sure. Abby, you're still in the Key Club?
No,
Nothing
actually. No,
okay.
I have so much other stuff.
Sure. I know that they do a lot with community service, and I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. No, the projects are great. And we've done some collaboration with the National Honor Society Key Club, and we even had a few kids come over and help with the pantry. So, it's been good.
Right. They did tape the teacher to the wall the other day.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, it was successful, I think.
That was for the Lower Cape Outreach, I believe.
I believe so,
yeah.
Which is one of our partners. We've worked with them through the holiday season as well. They're great people over there.
So they did a quick fundraiser here at school.
Almost killed Mr. Milan.
Yes, Mr. Milan went down hard. And
Man down.
Man down is it's on YouTube if you need to see it. Taping teachers, I think there were about 8 or 9 of us taped to the wall during lunch for $2 a piece of tape, and that was a great fundraiser. And that's community service within the school on your lunch break.
Sure.
So
Any way you can.
Any way you can do it.
We're encouraging it. Our office is in E building. We're upstairs, and we have paperwork for you to fill out when you do community service. If we have any opportunities, they'll be put out there. Like I said, it'll be on Twitter. It'll be on the Facebook account. We put it in a daily bulletin. We've gotten a great deal of help from the members of the faculty who have just been phenomenal, helping us as much as they can to get this program going.
All right, I got a scenario. I'm a community member. I know April 30th is pretty jam-packed right now. You got a full plate there. What if I, as a community member, have a person that is in need? Can you give them the information on how to get in touch with you?
You call, my number is 508-619-5167. That's the office phone number. You can call the main office and they'll send the messages to us. You can also get a hold of me at schiffnerj@nausetschools.org by email, and we'll do what we can to help you out, and we'll get the word out and ask anyone who's interested. We put it out, first come, first serve. If you need to help, you want to help out here. We just had a nice lady call the other day. She had someone from the school who was helping her rake leaves over the last several years. Well, that gentleman has moved on to college, can't do it, and she's looking for someone. I walked into the building. One of the gym teachers funneled me to a young man who wanted to help. Off he went, called the lady, and here we go. So that's how it works. It works out well. Yes, it does. It is simple, and it's like I said, it's a great feeling.
Good. So, you did a great job through your 4 years here. We need to keep this momentum going, and I think it's growing because I hear community service all the time, and kids are in and out of here saying they've got to go do this. They're volunteering here. I congratulate you guys for that, and good luck next year, and enjoy the spring. We're here in the nice 30-degree weather in April. It's beautiful. But we're liking it. But I thank you all for another episode of Flemings Forum, and I look forward in next week or so another great episode. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.